Nigga wanna see me fall. Stephen Curry, how I ball. Gosha garments and a white 3 on my body. I'm an icon, man. And my girl about a 10. I should fuck her in a Benz. Niggas say they...
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JR, and I'm back again with another Apex video. And in today's video, I'm just going over some of the best settings that you can use in Apex just to make the game feel a little bit smoother and hopefully give you guys a little bit of an advantage. So with these settings, like I said, I'm just going to go over all the ones that I've changed, and hopefully, you know, this will help you guys out. If you're new to the channel, man, welcome. I do Apex, PUBG, and 2K content. Please consider hitting that sub button. I'm on that 1K grind. Hit that like button for me as well if this video helps you out in any way. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. So yeah, man, we're just going to get right into the video. So of course, the very first thing that I want to tell you guys about on Apex, you want to go over, and this is of course under the settings tab, you want to go over to video and make sure that your field of view is set to 110. What that does is it basically zooms out and allows you to see like farther around you, which is really important in first person shooters. This will really help you out a lot. Now just keep in mind, I play on an Xbox One X, and it does state that if you go over 70, then it could have some it could impact performance or cause visual issues, because it basically hurts your system's, you know, CPU. But I've noticed on the Xbox One X, and I heard on the PS4 Pro, that they haven't had any issues. And from what I've heard, all the people that I play with, they have this set at 110 as well, and they haven't had any issues either. The only other thing that you might want to keep in mind is if you set this to 110 and you're playing on a bigger TV, then you might want to, you know, leave it at 70 or maybe adjust it to around 80 or 90. Myself, I play on a 32-inch gaming monitor, and if you do the same, I do believe that the field of view set at 110 will definitely work best for you. So next, I just want to go into the controller settings, and the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the button layout. So when I first started playing the game, I was playing on default, but I'm actually going to switch and try to change to button puncher. The reason I want to do this is because whenever you slide using B, you basically have to take your hand off of the right analog, and that can kind of throw you off, especially with how fast Apex is. You want to make sure that you are as fast as possible. So basically, with this preset button puncher, you punch with B or circle on PS4, and then you slide pushing in on the right stick. So you never have to take your hand off the right stick whenever you slide into a gunfight. So your right hand is always on that stick, so you're ready to aim even after sliding. So I'm going to try it like that. I'm going to try to get used to it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that. It's going to take me a few games to get, you know, used to the sliding part. But I do think this will definitely give you guys a much better advantage. Next is the interact reload button menu. So if you have it on hold to use, tap to reload, whenever you go over an item, you basically have to hold it and then you just tap to reload like it says. That's what I had it on, but I've actually decided to change it to tap to use or hold to reload. That way, I feel like whenever I'm looting, if I'm able to just tap X over the item, I'm going to be able to pick up things and I'll be able to move a little bit faster. As far as holding X to reload, I mean, I don't really think that'll be a huge deal. I'm going to try that out, but really that just comes down to what you are most comfortable with. I'm going to try to tap to use and hold to reload and just see if that feels better, because I feel like it's just a little sluggish whenever I first land and I'm trying to loot. I'm having to hold X and I feel like it kind of slows me down, but we'll see if this actually helps out at all. The crouch button I just have on toggle. Aim button, I have mine on hold, which is what, you know, most first person shooters are. As you guys know, I make PUBG videos, and on PUBG I actually use the toggle mode, which would mean I would just tap the right trigger to aim. But I would recommend having it on hold just because I feel like you are a little bit faster whenever you aim down the sights. Now, as far as the actual sensitivity goes, this is definitely, you know, personal preference. I feel like having both of mine on 5, you know, is the best for me. But I do feel like if you were to go a little bit lower on your sensitivity for your ADS, that's going to give you more control over your actual gun. It's going to help you make smaller corrections in your aim. so you won't overcorrect as much. So if I was you guys, you know, with the sensitivity and the ADS sensitivity, I would start both maybe at 4 or maybe at 5. If 5 is too fast, lower it down to 4 or so. You could even go 3 on your ADS sensitivity if that feels comfortable to you. But for me, I feel like having it at very high at 5 is what works best for me. The response curve, I haven't really messed with this too much, to be honest. But I kept it on steady just because it's a balance of control and fast aim, and I feel like that works best for my playstyle. If you use a different one, leave me a comment down below and just let me know why you use a different one, and you know, I would definitely, you know, give it a try. The look dead zone, you want to have that on none as well. Basically on any game you don't want to have any type of dead zone. That basically makes a certain part of your analog not function if you go over far enough. So I keep mine on none. And then the movement dead zone, of course, I have that on small as well. Inverted look, I have that off. And then vibration, you always want to turn that off because, you know, if your controller starts vibrating whenever you're aiming down the sights or so, it could throw your aim off just a tad. So always leave that off. The next thing I want to talk to you guys is actual gameplay. So if you're used to Fortnite, then the damage numbers option, you might want to put on floating, which just shows a one number for each damage event. I wasn't really into Fortnite, so I like stacking. This basically just shows, you know, all of your shots and how much damage each shot is doing. And it also helps you to tell how much you're doing with a shotgun as well. And I believe that is everything that I wanted to discuss with you guys on this page. Let's see. Alright, so the very last thing I want to go over is just the audio tab. So with my headset, I found that if I left like certain things up too high, it was super loud. And I didn't like that at all. So on the master volume, I would recommend keeping that at 100, and then on the sound effects volume, I would recommend keeping that at 100 as well. Just because it's really important in Battle Royale games to hear footsteps, sound cues, healing, all that stuff, and if you lower it, then you might miss out on something. Like, even like on my headset, which I definitely recommend you guys use an actual headset and not the speakers. On my headset, there's a knob that allows me to actually change the game volume on that as well. So if I need to adjust it on my headset, I can. But generally, I always keep the sound effects volume on any Battle Royale game, even, of course, PUBG as well, at max volume, just so you don't miss out on any sound cues. The dialogue volume, the music volume, and the lobby music volume, I just lowered them just because it was so loud in the lobby, and then whenever you're first landing in, I didn't like that at all, especially on my headset. It picks up, everything, and with those sound cues being so loud, I felt like it was a lot better to have these down. But like I said, you can adjust it to really, to what best fits you. I would just always recommend keeping the sound effects volume up, but every headset is probably different as far as these other settings go as well. So yeah, man, that is basically all of the settings that I would change on Apex. Especially, like, I like the controller one. Using right trigger to slide, it's going to take a minute to get used to, but I feel like once I do so, I won't have to take my hand off the right stick, so I'm always going to be able and ready to ADS. But yeah, man, that's all I have for this video today. If you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, hit that like button for your boy, hit that sub button if you're new, and leave me a comment and just let me know how you're enjoying Apex so far. I also have a couple of other Apex videos as well. This actually makes my number 3, I do believe. And like I said, I do 2K and PUBG content as well. If you're interested in any of that stuff, stay tuned. I always have more content on the way, and I stream one of those titles just about every single night. But yeah, man, that's all I have on the day. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm out. Till next time. Peace. Oh my god. Nice, dude. Bottom floor, bottom floor. They're coming up. Ooh.
A winner has been appointed.
Dude, I didn't do shit, dude.